Good morning. Welcome to day 11 of our Calm Christmas Challenge. Today, my topic is Ask the Kids. Welcome for joining me in the garden. As you know, we are spending 10 minutes, 10 calm minutes every day, 10 minutes in the garden to just relax and let go of some of the pressure of the Christmas season. And yeah, I'm here every day at 8:10, and it's actually gone surprisingly well. I wasn't sure how it would work out doing it in the morning, but it's been a lovely way for me to start my day. And I've said it before, and I will keep saying it. One of the main reasons I did this challenge is for me, just to get out into the garden. I don't know if you're the same, but quite often in winter, I just don't use it as much as I kind of want to. So to just come out here and just be, it's just so lovely, isn't it? Just to step away from all the manic stress of the Christmas season, all of the things that we think we need to be doing, when actually just coming out into the garden and, you know, seeing our little friend Bobby Robin stop by, it makes you realize that a lot of the things that we think are so important, they're just things. And actually what really matters is just connection and being with people you care about, looking after yourself. Everything else is kind of extra, isn't it? And on that topic, today, I thought we would talk about asking your kids. So, I do this a lot. You may have heard me. My little girl sometimes comes and joins us in these morning chats. She might come and join us today. She's a little bit busy playing with all sorts of things from her advent calendar. But she said she'll try and join us. Anyway, you may have heard me ask her. I ask the kids quite a lot, what is it that makes Christmas special for you? What is it that you love about Christmas? What is it that, you like about different activities? And it just gets down to the crux of what's really important to them really quickly. Because sometimes we think we should know what our kids want, but they might surprise you. Little Archie's having a little drink from our frozen over water trough. There he is. You can also see the bits of the compost bags in the background that he was ripping apart yesterday. Anyway, random tangent. Anyway, so asking the kids. Asking them about what brings them joy. Because, like I said, we think we know. But actually, they might surprise you. I used to think that my son's favourite part of Christmas was all the sweets. The biscuits and all that stuff. And of course he loves the biscuits. Of course he does. But when I actually asked him, he told me that he loves decorating the house for Christmas. And that actually that's what makes him feel Christmassy. And that was such a surprise for me. I would never have bet that because, as you might have guessed from my garden Christmas tree, I can go a little bit over the top in decorating our house for Christmas. And we used to live in a first floor flat, and I always decorated the windows. And we lived on quite a busy road, so I always really decorated the windows because I thought it would be really pretty for people passing by just to see the pretty windows. And I liked it, and friends told me they liked it, but I didn't think my at the time 6-year-old son cared about it at all. Turns out he loved it, and it went from being something that I thought was a bit frivolous and a little bit silly to being something really, really meaningful for us as a family. So I would say your kids will surprise you. You might think the thing they want the most is all the presents, but actually what they want is to have slow time with you I bet deep down that's what your kids really want, is just to have slow, calm, meaningful time with you. My son is looking for some wrist warmers. And I don't know where they are. I thought we had everything ready for school. But he's looking for his wrist warmers, which I'll be able to help him with in a minute, but not right now. Anyway. So yeah, ask your kids. I bet they'll surprise you. I bet that the thing they want more than anything in the world is just to connect with you and have slow, calm time with you. And if you know that, it allows you to be more selective about the things you let onto your Christmas schedule and the things that you think you need to do in the run-up to Christmas. I bet there are things that, as a family, you're doing that are actually getting in the way of having calm, slow time together. And I think there's something really powerful about knowing that what you're choosing, say you're choosing not to go to, I don't have a good example in my head right now. Say you're invited to a distant relative for a, get together on Christmas Eve. But actually your tradition is to just sit together and play a board game. And if you know that your children value that slow time together, then you can say, oh, thank you very much, third cousin once removed, Hildegard. I really appreciate your invitation, but we have plans. And you might think, well, we don't have plans, it's nothing big. Well, plans don't need to be anything big. Plans can just be, we have planned for this to be our family time. And if that's what matters to your kids too, then you can prioritize it without that kind of slightly guilty feeling of thinking, ooh, it's just for me. No, it's for you and it's for your kids and for your whole finger family. Do you like my Christmas mug? Now that we're actually officially in December, I don't feel so crazy bringing out all my Christmas stuff. As you can tell, I absolutely adore this whole season. I just think we can do it in a way that doesn't completely deplete us. And I think that's the key going forward. Now, if you want a little bit more on all of this, tonight I've got a free Calm Christmas workshop. It's an hour long. We'll be going through a lot of the stuff that I've kind of touched on in these sessions, but that I haven't really gone into because we just haven't had the time. So it's a free event. If you're interested, I can send you the link. Just comment maybe a little book emoji or a little workshop underneath, and I will send you the link for that. But the link will also be in my stories for the rest of the day. Now, we've been trying to do a plant recommendation most days. This is my plant recommendation for you for today. This is a pittosporum called Irene Patterson. Now, it's evergreen. Well, depends a little bit where you are. If you're very far north in the Highlands or something like that where it gets really cold, it won't be evergreen. But I'm in Edinburgh. If you're further south than that, it should be totally fine. It should be evergreen. It should be hardy enough. They're a little bit more delicate than some other plants, but with our milder winters, they've been totally fine. And the thing I love about it, so as I say, it's evergreen, but it's a bit of a cheerier colour. It's quite light, and if you combine it, I'm just going to move you around. If you look at the Hebes here, again, lovely evergreens, but they're quite dark and quite green and quite dense, and a lot of our evergreens are quite dark and quite green and quite dense, which I love, but if you just have lots of that, it can be a bit boring. But look what happens if you just pop this in front of it. It's really just adds a really nice bit of interest. So I think having evergreens in your garden is so important, because otherwise in winter they just look like, there's just nothing going on at all, and you don't want that. Evergreens give really lovely structure, but by varying the types of evergreens that you use can really add a lot of interest to your garden. So this pittosporum, Irene Patterson, I think is a really nice one just to break up all that dense greenness. I mean, again, look at it against, forgetting which way to go, look at it against the dark foliage of the Christmas tree. It just brightens things up a bit. And actually from far away, it can almost look like flowers when you come into the garden. Anyway, whoops, the pot has just broken. And the other thing is it does move a bit. Some of the evergreens are very dense. Anyway, that's why I think it's a nice one for this time of year. Thank you for joining me for our 11th day and for our topic of ask the kids. I'd love for you to ask your kids what brings them joy this Christmas season and for you to leave it down in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.